Facilities that make this program possible are provided by the City of Highland Park. Programs are produced independently by members of the community. The City of Highland Park is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of the City of Highland Park.
Hello, I'm Joyce of the Highland Park Senior Producers, and today we have a great guest for you, Linda O'Connor. She's a book publicist in public relations, and she's going to tell you all about it and how you go about it. And let's start with the questions. What is a book publicist, Linda?
Once you write a book, you need a book publicist. Mm-hmm. And a book publicist is an agent who helps you sell books. You know, they do a variety of things, but the bottom line is they want you to succeed, and they will help you sell books.
Okay. So it's very important to have
Very
that.
important.
Very important. Okay, so what is public relations?
Public relations is a method. You work with the public to get your message out, no matter what it is.
Oh.
So let's say you write a book, and it has a message in there, like even a memoir, what you learned and what you want to teach the readers. And public relations is a way to get the message out.
Oh. Uh-huh. And how do you go about that?
How do you go about getting the message out?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's so many ways.
Wait till we get to that.
There's so many ways to get the message out. Your publicist should get you in the newspaper, mm-hmm. get you on TV, mm-hmm. Help you write magazine articles, do book sightings for you, even to do book tours.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they can help you arrange a tour to get you all across the country, or just even in your own city, to get you on different bookstores and to get you speaking engagements, and that will help get the message out. You can talk and tell people what your book is about and why they should care about it.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing that?
Maybe for about 25 years.
Oh, so you really must enjoy that.
Yes.
What made you go into that?
My husband wrote a book.
Oh, okay.
And we were in PR a long time, but he said, you know what, I want to write a book. Because he went to a movie one night, and there was a lot of swearing in the movie. Mm-hmm. And he said, wow, there's no need to swear all the time, or even hardly ever. So he said, I'm going to write a book about why you should stop swearing. So he wrote a book called Cuss Control, the Complete Book on How to Curb Your Cursing.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
And then we got into it because we won 3 national awards for the publicity on that book. And so we said, gee, and maybe we should do that kind of PR for other people's books.
Oh.
Because we were so successful at it. So we started working for other people in books.
Oh, so that's how it came about.
Yeah, because my husband wrote a book.
Oh, and what did you do before that?
We did PR, but not for books.
Oh, I see.
We did PR for banks or for lawyers and doctors.
Oh.
All kinds of people. Because no matter what you're doing, whether you're a movie star, whether you have a business, whether you're a business owner, or doctor, people have to hear about you, and it's through public relations that they hear about you.
Oh, I see. How does public relations differ from advertising?
Okay, so in advertising, you pay to play. In other words, you see an ad in the newspaper, and that ad was paid for. You pay for it. You know, and then you can almost determine where you want the ad to be, how long you want it to be.
Oh.
In PR, it's not like that. You can't pay. You have to. In PR, you tell you talk to the editor or a reporter, and you tell them what's your story, and then if they like it, they'll interview you and they'll put it in the newspaper.
Oh.
But there's no paying off. You can't pay anyone. You can't pay them to do a story on you.
Oh.
So that everything that you see in the newspaper right now, like the stories that you see, those are basically because someone at the paper or on the news thought that story was worth telling. And so that's the difference. You can't pay anyone off in PR.
I see.
But you pay for an ad. It's very different.
Oh, yeah, I could see.
Very
it's,
different.
Definitely monetary,
Yeah.
the advertising part.
Advertising is good too. It's not bad.
You hear of more people in advertising, though, don't you?
Well,
I think so. Well, maybe I just knew more people in advertising.
There's a lot of people in advertising, and it's still important. But then today, a lot of people are taking ads on Facebook or Google or Amazon. And rather than taking an ad, say, in Crane Chicago Business, instead you might take an ad on Facebook. Somehow, Facebook and these other social media platforms, more people see the ad. So that's the whole industry's changed.
Yeah, Facebook is so popular. I don't belong to it, but people just, everything is Facebook.
A lot of people are doing Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the society is lonely.
That's true.
And I think that instead of having real friends, they sort of want their Facebook friend. It's
how do
even
you know
safer.
how safe it is? I would think it's less safe with Facebook.
I agree with you.
Because you don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
And you tell them such important
Yeah,
things,
you got to be
where
very
you're
careful.
going and what you're doing.
You don't never
who
do that.
Your relatives
no.
are.
Yeah.
And
No,
everything,
you don't want to do
phone numbers.
that. No, you want to be private. But you could on Facebook, you can use it if you're a book author. You can use it and say like where you're going to be speaking.
Oh, that's true.
Very
a public thing.
public
yeah.
things.
Where you want people to know, actually.
Yes, and like the fact that you wrote a book, or the fact that you were maybe on TV. Like I will put this on actually I'll go to my Facebook book and say that I was on the show with you. And so that's good for me and good for you.
Right.
But it's not a public, I'm not going to say where I live.
No.
No, I mean my address, no, or that I'm going away. Because if you do that, then people will come and maybe rob you.
Or do something to you. Or I mean, things are so unsafe nowadays.
Right, but you can use a Facebook ad to promote something, anything.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a good thing.
You know, I don't like to tell my age, so I make up, in Facebook, I made up a different birthday and age and everything, and people were wishing me happy birthday.
That's such a riot.
And it wasn't even my birthday.
That's such a riot.
Even my former sister-in-law wished me a happy birthday, you know, and then they feel stupid that they didn't know the right date.
That's okay. If you use those platforms
my mother
wisely,
used to say, never give your age, you know.
Well, if you use those platforms wisely, and if you advertise wisely or even do PR wisely, you can really use those to promote yourself, to get to where you want to be. If you have a certain goal, you've got to be careful in how you want to reach that goal.
Okay.
But through advertising and PR, you can reach your goal and sell more books. And use it to your advantage.
Yeah, actually, this has nothing to do with books, but it's just a personal thing
Yes,
that I mentioned.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, you already said what a publicist does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you told me how you got started promoting books through your husband. Actually,
And my husband wrote a book.
Yeah. I had him on TV. He talked about another book he wrote, I think.
And my husband wrote 2 books.
Yeah, the second book,
One was
a story.
a book about. It was a story about
a mystery or something.
A mystery romance.
Yeah, it was interesting. I liked it.
He loved it.
What was the name of it?
It was Another Man's Treasure.
Oh.
And the interesting thing about that book was that he fell in love with his characters.
Oh.
And when he finished the book, he missed them. So that actually he would reread the book, his own book, because it just reminded him of his characters.
Oh.
And so he would, so it's funny because when a writer is writing, he's not alone. When a writer writes a book, he falls in love, if it's a novel, he falls in love with those
characters?
Well, the characters, yeah, because they're very meaningful to him.
Right.
I know, so they're all like his friends, they become his friends. And so a novelist I think a novelist goes about writing a book differently than a nonfiction book.
Oh.
I think because in a nonfiction book, you're writing about issues, and you're writing about some maybe new ways to look at the world. Or
Yeah, I only read nonfiction.
me too.
Do you? Because fiction is fiction.
There's so much that's true in a true story. There's so many real stories. We don't need to go write a novel.
No. Have you ever written a book?
No.
No, you have no interest in it? Or?
No, I'm better behind the scenes. I'm better at helping other people reach their goals.
People always tell me I should write a book. It's take too long and
Well, you know
too
what?
much else going on.
If people tell you should write a book, you shouldn't, because
No.
you have to write it yourself. I
Yeah.
mean, not only that, but I think people who are good writers, they start when they're 3.
Oh.
They know early on, and they start writing very early on. Even newspaper people,
Oh.
you know, they have a gift. And Truman Capote said, when God gives you a gift, he gives you a whip.
Oh.
Meaning that when God gives you a gift, no matter what it is, if it's you're a great pianist or a violinist, you have to start early.
Oh.
At your age or my age,
Forget
it's
it.
too late. But
Right.
because you have that gift, you start writing early.
And sometimes it takes years to rewrite the whole book, people say.
If if you're a gifted writer necessarily.
Oh, I see.
I think if you have that gift, you can do it pretty quickly. My
Really?
husband wrote his book in 3 months.
Is he thinking of writing again?
He's thought about it, but I think that he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Oh,
But
okay.
he's doing so much right now,
Oh, I see.
so it takes time, and yeah.
Okay. Okay. What was your favorite project you ever had?
I had a client. The name of the project was The Choir Boy,
Oh.
and it was about how he was how this guy, his name was Eric Schneider, how he was abused by his scoutmaster,
Oh.
and then he joined the Whitey Bulger gang.
Oh.
And it was in the Whitey Bulger gang.
I'm not familiar
Okay,
with
the
that.
Whitey Bulger gang is a famous gang in Boston. It's like in Chicago, it's the Al Capone.
Oh.
So he belonged to the gang in
How
Boston.
old was he at the time? Like
7.
Oh my.
7 years old. He was abused by his scoutmaster, who when the story came out, no one believed it. No one believed that he was abused. And
nobody believed him. No.
no one, because he was only 7.
Yeah.
And that was in the days that no one believed. You know, abuse wasn't. No one knew about it.
Yeah, it wasn't common like
And
that.
and now it's common. And so this guy was in his. He was a scoutmaster. He was abused by a scoutmaster, and then he was so turned off by adults,
Oh.
and he was so angry
Oh.
that he joined the Whitey Bulger gang.
Did you give me his name or
Yeah,
didn't?
Eric Schneider.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Eric
That's
Schneider.
right.
So he joined the gang, and it was his experience in the gang. And he met Whitey Bulger 40 times,
Really? Oh.
and that was remarkable. He told me all about Whitey, and then what happened though was that I called him one night, 7 o'clock on a Sunday night,
Okay.
and he said, "Linda, I just want you to know how much I love you."
Really?
And he said, "I really appreciate all you've done for me." In the meantime, he said, "I've got to go now because I'm bleeding from my arms." He was committed suicide.
I knew you were going to say that. I could
So-
have bet you
so-
anything.
This guy.
He actually died then.
No.
Oh.
No, I called the crisis hotline.
Oh, good.
in
You were
Denver.
talking to him then.
They came and got him. They knocked the door down. They saved his life.
Oh.
And then he had to go to jail because he committed a crime, another crime. He didn't want to do this, but he committed a crime, and he went to jail for like a year or 2,
Oh.
and then he got out, and now he's out.
Oh, and he's okay.
He's got a new life.
Okay, so he doesn't bother him that much anymore.
Well, yes, it does. It bothers him because traumatic experiences always bother you.
That's true. That's true.
So,
But he hasn't thought of suicide that you know of.
no,
or-
thank God he didn't commit suicide.
Yeah,
So I
and if
saved-
you
I
weren't
saved a
talking
life.
to him, you know, he
I
would
saved
have.
his life,
Yeah.
which that's why I love my job so much, because I can change people's lives for the better, and I
Yeah.
do. I make them famous. I help them get success. I help them get money. I help them succeed in life. It's very rewarding.
Yeah. Whenever I tell anybody about Dave Bolton, they're so interested. I didn't know if you want to talk about it, but no. So they just can't get over it, and he's so lucky to have been saved and everything. You know, like it
Well,
was
you know
a
what?
year early or something.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
But you know, if you do something, I mean, if from my standpoint, if you can help another person, no matter what, it's very rewarding.
Right.
Whether it's with a book and I help the person get on TV many times, or if I help the person, you know, maybe make money, he was broke, whatever it is, it's very rewarding for me and the client.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because you can change lives,
Oh, sure.
and so can you. You can change lives too.
Yeah. Like this other one wants to be in the movies. I don't think we'll get that far.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know. You've got to try.
Let's try, okay.
Try. In fact, I'm going to tell that to the audience, because even though you may not think your book is important, it can be. It can be important to you and a viewer or someone who hears you on the radio. You can change a life.
I know people seem interested in when bad, real bad things happen, and it's so people want to follow through on that. It's exciting to them, just like when people have accidents and things a lot of times. So
And also, something else about writing a book. When you as an author write a book, it can be a catharsis. If
True.
something bad happened to you, and if you talk about it, if you write a book about it and people hear about it, that's healing you.
yeah, better than a psychiatrist.
Oh, Lord,
I don't
it's a lot
believe in them. I
cheaper.
work for one, and it's
And you'll get paid rather than paying a psychiatrist.
oh, I know, and they have so many problems of their own.
They're all wacky.
Yeah, they are. I know. I worked for one, and it was really. And he never even have money to pay me, and all kinds of things would go on in his brownstone, and like with other people, and it was a joke. Like,
Now, if you write a book, you'll get paid, because someone like Random House, my husband wrote up this book, and he got paid $30,000
oh,
for writing the book.
oh,
And he got $30,000, and then he had the best time of his life
really?
writing the book and going and promoting it. So
Oh.
you never know what's going to happen. Try, and in a way, a message to the audience is, go out of your comfort zone, write a book, or do something that you will that can help you heal.
Oh,
Yeah.
did any author ever get famous from working with you?
Yes, an interesting story. We had a client who was a broadcast journalist in Connecticut,
Oh,
and her son. She was a single woman, and her son was schizophrenic,
oh,
and she wanted to write a book about it.
oh,
So she mortgaged her house, and she hired us. I said, never do that. She said, no, she wanted to write this book because she knew, because no one had ever written a book like this before. And she wrote a book, a memoir about what it was like having a schizophrenic son.
oh.
And she did it, and and then she ended up being a spokesperson for a drug for schizophrenia.
Oh, really?
She gets paid a lot of money for telling people for help. She's a spokesperson for the drug. Now, a lot of people take the drug and they're saved. They can save
Are they?
themselves or others. She's famous because she gets a lot of money for promoting this drug that can help schizophrenics.
Oh, but the doctor, is it approved and everything medically?
Yeah, main drug.
Oh,
It's a major
I see.
drug.
Our friend Nancy, one of her best friends is schizophrenic. He thinks she's his sister or mother. It's his mother. She's his mother. But she befriends him, and good for her. But I don't know if I don't know. I can't speak for myself though, but now so many people are bipolar, but that's really not that serious compared to schizophrenia.
Oh, it is very serious.
Do you think it is?
Very, and people who die usually are bipolar.
Oh, I
Yeah, they
didn't
usually
think it
commit
was
suicide.
as bad. Maybe they know more what's going on, and schizophrenia are out of it. I don't know.
Maybe it's schizophrenia. You're out of it, but in bipolar, it's up and down.
Yeah,
you get
that's
so
true.
Manic and so depressed that
is true.
You commit suicide.
I never thought of
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, schizophrenia, they don't know that.
They don't know they're sick.
No, they think it's what they're supposed to do. Somebody told me to do it. God told me to do it, or something. You know.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Did you want to show? Did you want to show that book you have?
Yeah.
Okay, we have about 5 more
Yeah, I do.
minutes,
I have a
5 to 10 minutes. I still have to.
It's a book. It's not by me, but this book is by John Kremer, and he's a very famous. He's an author who can help any author promote their book, and the name of the book is 1,001 Ways to Market Your Book.
Oh.
And I think everyone should get this book because not only, I mean, a publicist is great, but the author can do a lot of work themselves by reading this book and then doing
it's a
it.
big
It gives
book.
some ideas, yeah. But you know what? You could any page has an idea of something you could do to help promote your book.
Oh.
So I think that.
So
it's
that's
a
if you
very
don't have a
important book.
publicist, or
What?
that's besides having a
Yeah,
publicist.
because a publicist is great, but you can do a lot of things on your own. You don't want to pay the publicist for things you can do yourself.
I see.
So I'd say hire a publicist because they can do things you can't do, but some things you can do. So I'd say
do it.
Yeah, do both. Yeah,
do it.
The more you do, the better your book will sell.
I see. So, the steps in writing a book. First, you write the book, correct?
First, not the whole book. So this is interesting. A lot of people don't know this.
Oh.
Yeah, most people say, "Oh, we're going to write a book now," and they write a whole book.
Oh no,
That's a
it take
no-no.
forever or something.
That's a no-no.
Oh, I
No,
see.
you don't do that.
So what do
Instead-
you do?
Well, you write a book proposal.
Oh.
So
I see.
in a book proposal is sort of
sure,
an outline of the book, and it's like why this book is needed.
Yeah, write 3
proposal.
chapters. It says.
3 chapters, and then you go to a book an agent, and you ask an agent if this book is an important if they think it's worth writing. Then they say, you know what, I love your book idea, but why don't you do it a little differently? And that's why you're not writing the whole book. You don't have to do that. You just
It would
the
take
proposal's
forever.
a guide.
Usually it takes longer than a short time. Like, you know.
Well, you'll be more on track if you write a proposal.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then after you write the book, the proposal, and then you can write the book. But there's a lot of different steps in writing a book, and you could even have someone help you go through those steps.
And then people could get an idea right away what you're talking about.
And if it's good or not.
Yeah. So why go through the whole thing? You know, it might just be a waste of time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Get a publisher. Yeah,
You're going to have to get it. And actually, we as a book publicist, we can help you get a publisher.
Could you?
Yes. So we can help you find a publisher.
How do they find you? I mean, in the phone book, on the internet? How does anybody find you?
They can look under book publicists. I might even say it might be a safe thing to see other people who've written. If you can find other people who've written a book, ask them who their publicist was.
I see, yeah.
Because you need to validate. You've got to be very careful in the book business. Make sure that people that are working with you are honest, real, true people.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could get tricked into it.
You can get. You don't want a dishonest.
And you create a website.
Yeah, a website for sure. And that's very important.
And a bio,
get a bio.
Photo,
get little
cover.
cards made about your book. Start an email list of your friends and just to see who, because then when your book comes out, you can email everyone and tell them that your book is out. Yeah, there's a lot of steps to take to to promote your book.
Things you have to think of ways to go after your audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even like if you're writing a book about, let's say, about, I was going to say, maybe hunting. I know women don't like to hunt very much, but if you're a guy and you're writing a book about hunting, maybe you should join a group.
True.
Who's interested, who shares your interest, no matter what it is. If it's maybe flowers or basket weaving, whatever, join a group because that's people that you could tell your book about also.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Be persistent.
Yeah. The qualities that it takes to be a good author. These are things people don't think about. Like some people are so shy.
Oh, I used to be shy, very shy.
Well, you overcame it well.
Yeah. That's if people say they can't believe it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are shy.
They'd call me to talk in school. I'd stand there until my time was up, and then they'd tell me sit down.
Well, I mean, to be an author, it's not just good to be a writer. You've got to have more. You've got to be persistent.
Yeah.
You've got to be
organized.
Very organized, and you've got to be
optimistic,
kind, and to people because you're going to meet a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
On your book tour, you've got to be grateful.
Yeah.
You've got to be.
People's attitude, that turns me off immediately. Oh, forget it.
And you've got to be outgoing and helpful to other people. Yeah.
And polite. So many people are not polite. I thank them when they're polite.
You've got to thank everybody you meet because even the lowest person, maybe the person on the no matter where you are, the lowest person on the totem pole.
Oh.
If you see you're going on a TV show, the lowest person. Be nice to everyone because that person could end up being the producer of the show.
Oh,
so, I mean, no matter what it is, be kind to everyone. That's a big motto
so
of
many
mine.
people are rude. It really it ruins it. It just ruins it, and they think they're being smart. They think they're being smart. You know,
no,
they're
the nicest
not.
people in business too. The people who get ahead are the ones that are considerate. Yeah, so you
and polite.
Yeah, no matter who. Yeah. You should practice that. If you're not polite, try to practice. No matter who you meet, talk to them. Be nice to them. You can even save a life just by talking to the man on the street.
Yeah, and I always say thank you for being so kind. So many people aren't, you know, and I'll even report them to somebody they work for. I'll give them a good report, even if I feel they, you know.
Now, when we go to a restaurant, my husband and I, we ask the waiter who the poorest paid person in the restaurant is, who the least person is, who the least paid person is in the restaurant. And after dinner, we go and we give that person a tip.
I see. Oh,
the dishwasher,
nice.
we give him a $20 tip.
Oh, isn't that something?
Because he's not well paid, but he's working hard.
That's good. And you have to be creative and bold, but not.
Yeah,
but you have to be polite besides
you're writing a
bold,
book.
not just bold and mean.
No, be bold and brave and do things that are out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
And think of ways to promote your book that you normally wouldn't think about. But you need help maybe in thinking. That's how your publicist can help you, and you can read some other books. But yeah, you've got to be very creative when you're writing a book.
I could see that. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how many books you wrote. I mean, you start with the beginning, you know, and
yeah. In fact, John Grisham, he told us a story that he wrote 4 books that never got published.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't give up on yourself.
No,
that's the thing.
Keep going. His 5th book was a smash.
Oh, see, you never know.
You never know. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Be optimistic about it. Just
and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, if you start a business or if you write a book, you've got to believe in yourself and that you have a story that you want to tell people that they can benefit by.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has really been a wonderful conversation we've had, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And,
thank you for having me on.
We learned so much about this that
so
I didn't
glad.
know about. I mean, it makes me want to think about. No, I don't want to write a book. I have enough to do.
But you know what? We should all read more.
Yeah.
I mean, because read, you educate yourself. And one more thing I want to say, read books in your car, books on audio tape.
Oh,
On audio tape.
Oh, that's an
I
idea.
learn every
That's
minute
an idea.
I'm in my car. I listen to books on tape or books on audio.
Oh, that's a very good idea. I never thought of that. I don't have a car, but
Oh,
that's a good idea. Or if you're in a car, you could ask somebody to, have you listen to that.